Oh, very good, Bill. Well, if my shack wasn't in the basement of my house at the very furthest place from my front door, I would have run upstairs, gone out on the front sidewalk, looked across Adelaide, and see if I could see your house. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us this evening, Bill. And just letting everybody know that the YouTube station is back up and running. So everything's back to normal that way. My spreadsheet is still, I'm not even going to bother with the spreadsheet till after the rag chew tonight. I can fill all that detail in later. I don't need to have it running as such. And so if you want to see this great looking guy on YouTube, just go to YouTube and look up my call sign, and you'll find the live stream running once again. So hopefully you guys will start checking back in there soon. Let's see, who's next? VE3PWJ Peter.
Good evening, Laird, and all the good folks tonight. Sounds like you got quite a few beans there already. We were a little busy today. We went over to Costco again. I know where that place is, by the way, Laird. And we got some goodies for Barney and Nancy, so that's what we did today. So Barney's doing well, but Nancy does not want him to go in the stores, and I can understand why. So, and talk about rigs. The one I have, the newest one, is the TVM 71A, and I can blame that fella up at Fenham Falls. That's how we ended up with this one. But it's been a good radio. So, cool. Go ahead and get some more beans there, and we'll talk a little farther down.
Well, it's interesting. As soon as you started singing the praises of your radio, it started crackling up. I don't know if are you out mobile right now?
No, it's just up in bedroom. They got a mobile antenna on it. It's not running very much power, about 5 watts maybe.
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah, it was just really funny that it was right on. As soon as you said, yeah, I got this thing going good, and all of a sudden she started to crackle a bit. But that's okay. You're sounding a lot better now. Very good, Peter. And yeah, you should know where Costco is. Hey, question for you, though. When you're heading across Adelaide, how far can you go, like from Harmony, before you have to bail out? Is it best just to turn north or south on Ritson, or can you get even closer?
What we've been doing, just coming right straight across Hillcroft to Ritson, and just bypass Adelaide altogether, just drop down Ritson from here. So you could do that as well, or go south, but probably as well as maybe come up here and then just pop across Hillcroft and come that way out there.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I made a couple of trips over to the hospital this afternoon, taking a friend in, unfortunately, for some chemo. But yeah, that's basically what I did. I just ran across. Well, see, you live on Hill near Hillcroft, so that's easier for you. But that's the route I ended up taking. I just went. Let's see. I went over to Wilson, and then up to Hillcroft and across that way to Simcoe. It works. Anyways, I wish they were widening that road, but apparently they're just putting more storm pipe and water down or something like that. They'll probably come around 3 years from now in their infinite wisdom and widen it and dig it all up again. Let's see, who was next? VE3IRB, Robert.
VE3IRB. In response to the question about radios, I really like my Kenwoods. I like my handheld. In my car, I've got Kenwood as well. That would what I would go for if I was doing one in the house. Permanently mounted, gives you flexibility, seems to be a good product. That's my 2 cents there. And just a note to Bob HIX. I never was able to follow up on another matter today, but I'll do it tomorrow. I got tied up with some stuff. Back to you, Laird.
And in case anybody doesn't know, that's code for it's none of your business. No. Very good, Bob. And yes, not a problem. And yeah, handheld would work okay, but I think this particular fella needs a bit more power too, because he likes Peter, he likes to talk across the lake and up to Peterborough and Lindsay and that. And I think the handheld from his location probably wouldn't quite cut it, but yeah, it does. For around here, for us guys, it's no problem at all. But so those are good options if you're local. Let's see who's next. VA3 RTV.
Yeah, good evening, Laird and everybody. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, Lois does have a tea time tomorrow, Laird, so she's all excited. She's been, at least a day cleaning stuff and getting it all ready, so she's really gung-ho for golf tomorrow. As far as what I would recommend for a radio, I would recommend what I got, which is the 400, which is the same as you and same as Cam and that. Love the radio, I love the display. A little bit pricey, but I really can't fault the radio. And when we do get everything going, of course C4 FM is just a bonus there. And as far as the Chinese radios, I was looking at Jackie's radio the other day because it didn't work, and once I got it all working, I just went out to my driveway and just tried it out, and I could not believe absolute full quieting on a handheld. So it works for Jackie, and that's it performed very well. And with that, back to you, Led.
Okay, very good. And for those that were on the YouTube station, it's not like I was trying to ignore anybody there, but I had my handy dandy little paper log here that I wrote everyone's call sign down onto. Uh-oh, now I'm flashing. And I was just re-inputting it into the spreadsheet. So I've caught up now, so I think I'm good to go. So before we go back up to the top, I'm going to take another pause here and see if anybody wants to jump into the rag chew. So if you're sitting there with your hand on the mic, pick it up, push to talk, and give us your call sign, and we'll get you in the log, and we'll get you talking on the rag chew here this evening. This is Laird VE3LKS.
VE3IMR.
IMR. Okay, VE3IMR. Why does that sound like VA3AG?
I thought I fooled you, but I didn't. Yeah, that's my original call. Anyway, everybody sounding good. Well, as far as radios, dual bands, for the money, Fox Tango Mike, 100 Delta Romeo. That's what I'm using right now. Boy, it's a nice radio. You have VHF, UHF, and C4FM. What else can you ask for? And the price is right.
Yeah, now if we can just get our C4FM going up at the repeater site, we'd really be in business. And yeah, that'd be good. Although, because I think you and I would be able to talk back and forth then. And I think Jeffrey would be able to join in on that, as well as Cam.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be others joining the group when things get going. These radios are pretty good. Funny though, the other day, when was it? Yesterday that was raining? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I have a problem with my antenna. I have to get it down and replace it with my X50 that's been sitting here since last summer, the end of last summer. So, but I was listening on 14652, and I wanted to transmit, and my radio quit. So I started back up again and try to call out again, and it quit again. So I do have a problem with my antenna. When it gets wet, something shorts out up there. And
the radio doesn't like it, so it shuts down. So I gotta bring that thing down.
Yeah, that's no good. Time to check all the connections and joints, and maybe put some new coaxial on there, and give it a once over. I'm afraid what mine's like, because it's been up there since I moved in, which is about 15 years ago, almost 16 years ago, and I haven't had it down once, and so I can only imagine what it's going through. Same coax too, so. There's going to come a day when it's just not going to work, and I'll be in the same boat, Aldo. Okay, let's go way back up to the top, like the friendly giant would say. Look up, and we'll go all the way up to Cam, VE3IGX.
Okay, just going back to when you were talking to Scotty when you had that trouble, and he mentioned another computer. And then it sounded like he was choking on something. Would that have been his Adam's apple? Hi. Yeah, one other thing, you're talking about you'll probably be out golfing this weekend. I'm hoping to get out either Thursday or Friday. And with that, I'll say 73s to everybody on frequency tonight. And I'll be standing by till the end. VE3LKS, VE3IGX.
Oh, Cam, that was good. The Adam's apple. Oh, very good. Scotty, you'll have to comment on that when it's your turn. And yes, that's nice that Lois is getting out golfing. My clubs are just down the hall here. Maybe I should meet her at the course in case they need a fourth for their foursome tomorrow. I need to get out. I'll just call in sick. I mean, take a day off, and I'll go golfing instead. Very good, Cam. And I'm envious. All you guys getting out golfing before me, but I'm hoping to do it on Sunday. Watch, it'll just pour like the dickens. And speaking of Sunday, I'm just going to unkey for a second. Just a reminder that we are going to have our club meeting on Sunday. It'll be on using Zoom video conferencing again, and it's open to anybody. So if even if you're not a member, you're more than welcome to join us. But you will need to send me an email. If you're a member, you're going to get the invite later this week. But if you're not a member and you would like to be on the Zoom meeting, to participate in our club meeting, just send me an email. And my email is easy. It's just my call sign. So that's VE3LKS. That's Victor Echo 3 Lima Kilowatt Sierra at yahoo.ca. And I will add you to the list, and we'll send you a meeting invite later on this week. Jackie, VA3BTQ.
BTQ. Hi, Laird. This is a great session that you're having. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that I am also taking the minutes of the Zoom meetings. So I got the last ones down, and I will do the next ones this coming Sunday. Over.
Awesome. Greatly appreciated, Jackie. And yes, it's this whole thing about having to have meetings where you can't actually see people is sort of weird. But we'll get through it. And the good thing is we've been using a lot of technology up to this point, anyways. We use Dropbox a lot amongst the executive to have documents placed there so that when someone makes a change, everyone can see it right away. Things like that. So. It wasn't too much of a leap for us to switch to Zoom. It was just the fear of the unknown. What's it going to do when we get like 25 people on there, which is what happened last time. And it worked out pretty good. I know there's some concerns this past weekend. I guess it got hammered pretty good, but I haven't had a chance to do any digging into it. But I am going to try to dig into it a bit more before the weekend to see if was just a glitch or if they were just too overloaded or what. But we still plan on going ahead anyways. And worst case scenario, I'll have a backup plan where maybe we do a Yahoo or a YouTube conference. It wouldn't allow participation, but I could be the lead out, and people who have presentations could send them to me, and I could show them on here. Anyway, Steve, VA3 TPS. Oh, sorry, Bill, VE3 CRU.
Okay, VE3CIU here. No, I wouldn't mind if TPS jumped in ahead of me there. Not a problem at all. Okay, several things. First of all, you're wondering why I'm in here, Larry? Well, if you had a tone on this repeater, I shouldn't tell you this, but if you put a tone on there, Peter, I'm gone. Because I don't bother setting up separate tone. However, let me tell you that I can still get at you, because one Saturday afternoon, I guess it was Saturday afternoon, I jumped in on another net, and of course, I went, it had that tone on it. I bypassed the tone by going on the output frequency, and 80% of those in the net had clear copy on me. Of course, they're all east of me, so I just run a little bit more power, and bingo, I got them. But I also know that I can run 160 watts on one amp that I'm not using. I can even, and I've also got a half a kilowatt on 2 meters too. So hard to compete with that, Larry. Anyway, enough of the nonsense. Somebody was saying about having problems there and getting bored because nothing was happening on 430. Not 432, sorry, 440 in the last while there. Well, unfortunately, those who are 440 repeater only would experience that, but if they got chatting to people who are more broadly involved in it, such as myself, they would learn there's a lot of activity on 432. There always has been. This is, for those who want to operate single sideband, Morse code, or FM simplex. Notice I said the word simplex. That's still the mainstream stuff. There's a lot of people looking for people on FM simplex. So don't discount the fact that you got FM. Just know if you go simplex and have a directional antenna, you're in for a lot of fun. Starting on June the 9th, day after my birthday, the June 9th and 10th is the AWL VHF contest. Forget about the contesting aspect. People want to hear you. People want to get your call. Get involved. And you'll have a lot of fun. Anyway, back to you,
Very good, Bill. Yeah, I just sent a message to Bob to put the tone on, but I guess since you got 500 watts, it doesn't matter. You can hit us all direct, high. Very good, Bill. And yes, I appreciate your passion for contesting. I would hop on there that day, but I know I've got some FT8 work to do, so I'll be a bit busy. Hi. VA3 TPS. Take it away, Steve.
Okay, Larry, very good. Well, another great night, another great ragnet, as it's known now. So I won't say much. Not much else to add. Been quiet and busy, so I'm just going to listen to the end, and I'll say 7-3 to everybody. Have a great night, safe night, and hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow night. 7-3 from sunny, calm, beautiful lake, Camera Lake here at Fenimore Falls, the A3 TPS.
Oh, sure. Just rub it in. Very good, Steve. Well, I hope you have a nice, beautiful sunset. I don't know what it's like there. Here it's overcast, so I'm assuming it'll be like that up there too. But hopefully you'll have a nice one and enjoy the evening. And looking forward to chatting again tomorrow night. VA3 DCE, Doug up in Uxbridge.
Still here, Laird. I wonder if did you get your computer working again? Because things are going very smoothly again. The YouTube's back up again. You're not messing up missing people. What's going on here? Your computer must be working, or maybe you do better without. Anyway, as far as choosing a radio for general use, like I use a mobile in the base as a base shader here, and I'm finding I haven't used 440 FM in a long time. So for me, probably an ordinary 2-meter radio, simpler the better, is a good consideration. just as a mobile or base that can be used either place. It would do the job for me just fine. Back to you, Laird.
Oh yeah, and I agree, Doug. And something with a nice huge heat sink on it, because that's the only thing I don't like about the Kenwood here. Well, you got one similar to mine. You got the next model up. The fan will kick on once in a while, which isn't too bad. But it's still a bit of an annoyance. Where other radios, they just have a big heat sink, and you don't have to worry about that. But yep. Unfortunately, this guy wants a dual band, so he needs to have dual bands. So, but if you just need single band, I'm the same way. I hardly use 440, so I could get by very well with just 2 meters. Joe, VE3 VGJ.
Yes, Laird, in regards to the radio, the other fellow on there lives near you. I think his name is Bill as well. He mentioned he didn't use the 440. Same here, that's why I upgraded. As you know, a year or so ago, I wanted a new base here. And I just bought a 2-meter radio, nice and simple. No fan, it's got the big heat sink. It's the FT2880. Was it FT2980 Yaesu? It's a nice radio, got a bit of power, and all heat sink, no fan running. That's what I want to do. The only 440 I ever used, and I think we had a discussion about this before, was for when we're doing a crossband repeat.
Oh,
and
yes.
I still got 2 radios that'll do that if I have to. Anyway, just my, I know he doesn't want that. He wants something with the 440 and the other stuff. I think if I were going to go with it, I'd go with, I think what you said, the 400. That looks like a nice radio. I saw you having it, and Cam as well. That's probably what I would go with. Back to you.
Oh, very good, Joe. And how was the DXing up at the cottage this weekend?
Oh, I had a little bit of fun there. Got a few stations. There were some people parks on the air, I think it was, and a few other content and OnTars. I just played around with it a little bit. Had more fun just trying to get the antenna up, and I couldn't get it up at one point because it started pouring rain. And so it took me a while before I got things underway.
Excellent, excellent. A few more weekends like that, and you'll have one heck of a station up there at Possum Lodge. Maybe we'll have special QSL cards made up, and just for that location too, because that could be a grid spot that may not be. We'll have to check what the grid square is on that, because the guys may be chasing that one. Let's see who's next on the list. VA3 WBZ William.
VA3 WBZ back. I heard, let's see, the radio first off for me would be the ICOM 7100 to use the shack. Reason being is UHF, VHF, HF, and D-Star onto it. It's one that I'd be able to go and take from the base out to the mobile whenever I wanted to do that. So I have the ICOM 5100 in the car now. It has D-Star, UHF, VHF, but I wish I'd picked up 7100 instead. But the budget allowed for the one, and that's the one I got. And Gerard said something else too about me and motorcycles. I'm going to break for a second. Started riding probably in middle 60s, I guess. First bike we had there is a 47 Indian Chief.
Nice.
In 1980, I got my first Gold Wing. There was about 8 or 9 others afterwards. But come to a point too where when I retired, I got a sort of job manufacturing, building custom motorcycles. And what we used was the V8 from GM, the ZZ350, which is the one that they had in the Corvette. We made our own frame and that, and forks and stuff like this in-house, including the transmission. Because the place that we worked for, they also designed and built transmissions that were horsepower specific. Got a brake. And I worked there for a year, and I guess we built maybe 7, maybe 8 of these motorcycles. But each one we built is already sold. give each one a name depending on where it's going. If it went to Quebec, it'd be called Frenchy. If it went to Sweden, it was the Swede. If it went out west, it was a Cowboy. Stuff like this, you know. So, but they were quite the motorcycle to go and drive. It's like the Boss Hoss, only a little nicer looking onto it. And that's about it, but I did that for a year anyway. And I'm still waiting. I want to get Ryland's call sign.
Yeah, Ryland's call sign is VE3DKW, Victor Echo 3 Delta King Radio. QSL?
DKR, got it. Thanks very much, then. Appreciate it. I assume that's his father's call sign as well, or is that his?
No, sorry, I blew it. The last three letters are DKW. Delta King Whiskey. I blew that one. It's actually his dad's call, but I think Ryland uses it more than his dad does. His dad's always with him, but Ryland's the one who gets on the radio and chats with us just about every night.
Yeah, that's to Roger. Yeah, so anyway, that's about me, fellas. A little bit more about me and the custom motorcycles and stuff like that. But like I say, I've been riding for, like over 50, 55 years, I guess, something like that now. And I've got my last Goldwing. I'm selling it. I just got to put exhaust onto it and the carburetors, and I'm putting the bike up for sale. And that ends my riding days. If anyone's interested in a motorcycle, a Goldwing, well, I got one. Okay, VA3WVZ. I'm back to Laird, net control.
What kind of dual band radio is on that Goldwing? No, just joking. Let's see, who's next on the list? VA3KJI Grant. Oh, Grant may have stepped away for a minute, so we'll try going back to him in a minute. VE3HIX Bob.
Oh, good evening again. Yeah, let's see. Today, Larry and Joan came up to the driveway and gave me the input, information, and the money for Paul Whitaker as a member, VA3KPW. And I've got everything here. I'll put that into the database so you don't have to do that, and put it back where it should be. And we'll see where we go from there. That's the only input I've had for this month, financially. Over.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that, Bob. Yeah, I need to get a fistful of money over to you and that bank statement with the new cards. So maybe I'll try to do that this week. I'll just take a break some morning and just do a little drive-by, and preferably Sunday when you're home, because there will be cash in there. And very good. Yeah, it's good though, because we haven't spent anything this month, at least as far as I know. We can't have the meeting hall, so we can't we don't have to pay rent for anything. So perfect. We're ahead of the game, and it's all joking aside, it's nice that we have new members coming on during the middle of a pandemic when people can't get out. So that's nice. I'll look forward to receiving that information. VE3 CWR Gerard. Okay, Gerard may have stepped away for a minute. How about Grant? Are you back? VA3 KJI. Okay, nothing heard. VA3 WTV. Bill, take it away.
Yeah, well, the weather's about the same here, Laird, and I had to step away for a few minutes, and just got back. Sorry about that, but if you're going to buy a new radio, man, there's so many products out there, Laird. I would not want to be looking for one right now, because there's an awful lot of things to wade through. I don't know. I guess I guess you just picked the prettiest radio, right? VA3 WTB.
Yeah, you know what? Sometimes that's what it comes down to, because when you compare a lot of the specs side by side, it's so hard to determine which one has a slight advantage. You know, one may be, 10, 25, 50 watts. The other one may be 10, 20, 50 watts. And, does it really make much of a difference? The reason why I picked up the FTM 400 was strictly the screen size. I mean, it does have the Yaesu Fusion digital mode, but I still haven't used it. I use it as an APRS station in my car, so it beacons all over the place. And I have the other radio is, because it's a dual radio, is set for OSH and any other station I want to talk on. And that's it. So, but I got it mainly because of the huge screen. The other one was just too small to see as you're driving along. But yeah, go for the pretty one. Now we're going to have a whole new conversation as to whether Kenwood's prettier or ICOM or Yaesu. Bill, you're opening up a can of worms. VE3PWJ, Peter.
Yeah, I guess there are lots of toys out there now for sure. But this one here, believe it or not, it's the same one you have, the TVM71A, and this thing's already 4 years old. Where'd that time go? But that's the way it is. It works fine for me. It's a basic radio, 2 meters, 440. Anyway, we'll say 7.3 from here, Laird, and we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully on good old OSH. Good evening, Laird.
Yes, thanks for joining us again this evening, Peter. And yeah, looking forward to seeing all you guys back tomorrow night. And gals, don't forget Jackie. She's a key part of our group as well. And Martha, if she would ever check in. She checked in once last week, and it was great. It was nice hearing her on here. Let's see, who's next? VE3IRB, Robert.
Sorry about that. Dropped the radio as I picked it up. Oops, I think I'm on frequency. Anyways, nothing really to add this time. Well done tonight, and I'll throw it back to you.
Okay, very good, Robert. And yeah, it was either you either dropped the radio or you couldn't find the right mic. That's a problem Jeffrey always has. And speaking of Jeffrey, you're up next, so make sure you have the right microphone. VA3RTV. This is VE3LKS.
Okay, thank you very much, Led. And you're right, I have 3 microphones in front of me, but the one for the 400, which I'm using, I've made a little stand for it, and it's very obviously that's the mic for the 400. So hopefully I won't be embarrassed again for that. In any case, it's been great this evening. All the best to you, Led, for what you're doing, and everybody else, VA3RTV. So we'll be clear.
Okay, very good. And I did hear you at 9:15 this morning, Jeffrey, giving your normal daily VA3RTV monitoring. But unfortunately, I was on a conference call and I couldn't get back to you. But I just knew you were heading up to getting your oatmeal and then over to McDonald's to get your coffee. But I wanted to say hi, but I couldn't. But maybe tomorrow morning. VA3AG, Aldo, and I hope your darling wife hasn't called you for supper yet.
No, not yet, but it's on now. It's on, so it'll be done pretty soon. So just in time there, Laird. Who's buying a new UHF VHF radio, Laird?
Peter, VE3PLM. He gets on our rag chew once in a while, but he lives out there between Bowmanville and Newcastle.
Okay, I think you had a same radio as I am using right now. I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, but ICOM is good too. Kenwood is also great. So, there's lots of choices out there. Tough to pick one from the other, though. But I don't like D-Star, so I wouldn't go for an ICOM. And I think they're too expensive anyway. The Yaesu one that I'm using here, it's a fairly good price, and it does everything. So I think this one here is what I would lean towards.
Excellent. And that was the FTM 100, correct?
Yeah, Roger. That's the one. Pretty good little radio. I had a problem at the beginning. I don't know what happened, but the UHF side wasn't transmitting, so sent it back to Yaesu in California, and I got it back within, 2-3 weeks. It wasn't long.
That is a quick turnaround time. I know with the FTM 400s, they do have an issue where if you plug a mono speaker into the speaker jack, it'll screw it all up. And so it comes with an adapter, actually, to go from stereo to mono, I think, or it's one way or the other. And so you have to make sure you use the adapter if you're using, if you're using a mono speaker, you have to use the adapter that comes with it. Otherwise, you'll screw up your radio and it won't work. So it's really weird that way. I'm not sure why they would have designed it that way. Most radios don't care. You'll just have sort of a bit odd sounding audio maybe, but with the Yaesus, it can really mess it up. Is it the same with yours?
Yes, it is. It came with the adapter, and I've been using it ever since.
Okay, very good. And so which way is it? Does it have the stereo jack? And if you want to hook a mono speaker up to it, then that's what you need, like a mono plug?
Roger.
Okay, that's probably why I haven't screwed up my radio in the car then, because it's plugged in with it's got a stereo jack. Even though it's just one speaker, it's got a stereo jack on the end. So perfect. Okay, gentlemen, well, I'm going to take one last call for check-ins here. There might be someone lurking on this side, just itching to get in, be part of the COVID-19 Rag Chew Week 10 Tuesday night edition. What more could you want to do? So if there's someone out there that wants to jump in to be into the pot, feel free to come in right now. This is Laird, VE3LKS.
VE3 RPM.
VE3 RPN. Did I miss you, Scott, or were you out of your vehicle?
No, actually, a better surprise than that there, Laird. VE3LKS, VE3 RPN. Our good friend Lex called me on the landline, and he was having a little get-together with Gary over at Timmy's there, where we get together for for the Ham Fest. He was having a little get-together in the parking lot. So anyway, I told him how we missed him, and he's kind of pulled a Jimmy Jr. on us. He's got no antennas on his vehicle. I don't know what we're going to do with these guys. Laird, I thought we converted them all. Lex has been on longer than I have. He should have at least 10 antennas on his vehicle. That's the news. He misses us all. He's doing well, and I told him about the great success, and he couldn't believe the numbers, 900. I said, well, it was a long time you missed everyone. What are you going to do? I don't know. One of these days, I think he'll fool us to check in. Anyway, great net there, buddy. It always is there. And I do like my 2800. I'm on it right now. I like the fact that it gives you that little extra 65 watt there. And like Joe says there, and it's got a great heat sink. No fan, but a great heat sink. Gigantic. I think it's half the radio. Have a good one there. That makes a great bass. I've used it for about a year or two as a bass. my bullpup came with rice in the box. When I opened up, the rice fell out. So yeah, I have no problem with the radio and the wife, but I got a premium. I had to throw that in. V3 RPN, have a great night. 7-3, everybody.
Oh, very good, Scott. Well, glad to hear that Lex is still in the land of the living, and glad that Gary's up and around too. Good to hear. And yeah, maybe Lex will get on some night with his home. Hopefully, he's still got his home station set up. Let's see. I did miss a couple that last go around. KJI, he didn't respond. Grant, are you still with us? Okay, nothing heard. CWR was the other one who didn't respond. Gerard, are you back with us?
Comment.
Yeah, just one moment for the comment, if you don't mind. And Harry on YouTube is wondering, and first of all, good evening, Harry. Glad to have you with us on the YouTube channel. Oh, it looks like Harry wants to send in for a club membership. So, Harry, you can, I believe I have your email address because I think you wanted to be in on the club meeting this week. So if you can just type yes, or just say yes, you have my email address. What you can do is you can send me. There's several ways we can do it. You can send me an e-transfer for the funds, and then I can get that to our treasurer. During this time, that may be the best way to do it. Failing that, I will send you an email probably tomorrow morning and give you a few other options to go with too. So look for an email in the morning and I will get that out to you. Thanks, Harry. Glad you're looking to join the North Shore Amateur Radio Club and be part of the wacky club over here with all these crazy operators on here every night. But appreciate that. We had a contact there. I think it was Bill. Go ahead.
Okay, whoops. Let me close the door. We're getting all the beep, beep, beep. Here, my neighbor just arrived to look for the raccoons. Okay, just one comment I wanted to make. For everybody, if you want to be very popular on the air, for all those that are more so into the mainstream stuff, basically there's nobody between here and Ottawa Valley, hardly, but go up into grid box November 04, where the repeater is, go east of there on Highway 35 to the Dutch Cabin and go east along that road, nice high ground. But Fox November 04 is almost like a rare grid, so you'll be very popular. There's tons of people in 03, but 04 is very sparse. So there's where you want to head if you want to have fun. DE3CRU back to net.
Very good, Bill. I thought I already was popular. I mean, I've got I think I'm up to 38 YouTube subscribers now. I mean, I'm going viral. Very good. Yeah, there's a few good spots out there. I know we used to use Richardson's Lookout when we did the Ganaraska Paul's Dirty Enduro, but that organization quit doing it, and we're disappointed because we used to have a lot of fun doing it. But very good, Bill. So if anyone's listening and you want to have some fun with VHF, UHF, that's the direction to head. And apparently you'll become popular like Bill. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to say 73s, gentlemen, and appreciate everyone checking in tonight. As I always say, if it wouldn't be a rag chew without you guys, so it would just be me talking into my video camera here, and probably no one watching on YouTube. So 73s, look forward to doing this all again tomorrow night. And if anybody needs to make any further comments, I guess we'll do that right now. So this is Laird VE3LKS, and if anybody needs to add anything, now's your opportunity.
Here's another bean for your pot. Here's another bean for your pot. VE3KZT.
Hey, good evening, John, and welcome aboard. Glad you're able to make it in this evening. And What kind of fun stuff are you up to today?
Oh, I'm still working on the cell for that tower. And that's why I'm late coming in. Anyway, 7:3, I just thought I'd get in here. I thought I'd get on here, but I heard you were going to sign off. But you need that other beam. 7:3, talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, very good, John. And if there's anybody else that you wanted to chat with, by all means, don't hesitate to give a shout out there.
Oh, I'm good. I have some issues with my mobile and noise, but I think maybe I'll just try and get a phone line to one of those gentlemen down the street. The B3KZT.
Gentlemen. Man, you're narrowing it down pretty good there, John. I'm trying to figure out who's the gentleman. Oh, well, very good. Well, I hope you get that going again pretty soon. And yeah, nothing worse than not having a radio to talk on. Very good. Well, have a good evening, John. Thanks for adding a bean to the pot. And with that being said, I'll say 73s unless anybody else has any more questions. If you do, just fire away. I'll stick around for a couple minutes. This is Laird V3LKS. Okay, YouTube guys, we're done. Jeff, thanks for all the good work there at the North Shore Bar and Grill. You did a wonderful job tonight again. Lots of tacos, lots of beverages I see. So they're keeping you busy, man. And if you're interested in joining in our meeting this weekend, it's going to be Sunday at 7 o'clock. Just send me an email and we'll get you hooked up. And with that, I'm going to say 73s, everybody online. Have a good evening.